Roblox has a problem, okay? I don't just say that. I think Roblox is getting boring now. That is the truth. Roblox is getting boring. Really boring. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, it's not that bad, especially if you're on the younger side, right? It's like, oh, there's so many games out and stuff, and it's like, well, why would that be a problem? No, I'm not talking about that. Roblox has tons of games, yes. They have tons, absolute hundreds, thousands, millions. I don't even know how much they have, but they have a lot. But I am talking about these games are just boring to play, and the top trending ones are just boring. They're boring and they're just not much effort. Now, I'm going to explain through that what I mean. So let's go on charts, which again, don't know why they named it charts. Why not games? But whatever. Go on charts. Top trending, Plants vs. Brain Rot. Don't wake the brain rots. Build your base. These three games, there's nothing, yet they are one of the most popular games. Plants vs. Brain Rot, like right here, Steal a Brain Rot, 1.3 million. Roblox has also reached a point where it is bigger than Steam. It is bigger than Steam. That's where Roblox is now. But I think Roblox now is so boring, especially with these top trending games, and I think it's like showing more than ever. Like, some of the games that only hit like 2,000 players are the games that are really good, that have so much, that are really fun, that are really good, that are either fun and entertaining, or they have a really good story, or they look incredible. Those are the games that have the least amount of players but are really good. But then you have these games that Plants vs. Brain Rot, like, yes, they're developed good, but they're not good in itself to play, right? Like, they're not, like, you're not hopping into this expecting to have like tons of fun. Like, most of these are simulators, right? And I get it. Like, if you're on the younger side, you are going to have fun with these. But I definitely think as you get older and stuff, you're going to be like, okay, well, this isn't fun. What about the story games or the action games? They're like, oh my gosh, this is fun. I would love to play this so much. And I think that's the problem. Like, yeah, you can upload simulator games like My Brain Rot Egg Farm. But it's like no one, I don't want to play that. That's not something I'm yearning to play, right? And it's like, that name doesn't sound fun. I'd much rather play car battles than Plants vs. Brain Rot. I'd much rather escape the tsunami than rip brain rot. And like, yeah, you can tell, oh yeah, like, this is doing better than this. But then this is doing worse than Plants vs. Brain Rot. And it's like, bro, like, I think so many games now get cut off because of this, right? Like, you can release a game that has so many, like, is so well done that it took you a while to make, but it's so well done. The graphics are good, the story is good, it's fun to play, it's interesting, it's funny, whatever it is, it can be that good, but you will reach like 1,000 players, 2,000 players, because games like Steal a Brain Rot or Plants vs. Brain Rot or Don't Wake the Brain Rot will immediately wipe it off the planet, will immediately wipe it off Roblox, because everyone's gonna want to play this. And I think it's also another thing, like, Roblox doesn't do a well enough job at promoting games. And I don't know, maybe that's a hot take, but I think that is the truth. And I think Roblox isn't making, like, people aren't making these great story written games or fun action packed games, because why would they do that when clearly it's not going to do well? Because Plants vs. Brain Rot or Don't Wake the Brain Rot or Rip Brain Rot are immediately going to steal the show, and then your game isn't going to do well because Roblox One isn't going to promote it as much as it's going to promote Steal a Brain Rot or Plants vs. Brain Rot. It's not. And it's like, you can waste as much time, you can put as much time in a game, like, not waste, but put as much time in a game as you want, but you will never get as popular as Grow a Garden or Plants vs. Zombies or Steal a Brain Rot. Like, Gravedigger, that could be a huge, I don't know about this game, but this game could be really, really good, but I wouldn't know, because honestly, it only has 2,000 players. Why would, like, if I'm first on Roblox and I'm like, all right, let's see what's popular, I'm not going to play a game that only has 2,000 players when there are games with 700,000 players. Like, minus the Brain Rot games, Brookhaven has 700,000 players. That sounds like, okay, I'd rather play this than like Adopt Me is also pretty good. It's definitely fallen off. But like Vin York, 91% likes, but only 6,000. But Grow a Garden or like Steal a Brain Rot would have more likes. And it's like, okay, I'm going to play that instead. This one, I don't even want to say 308, 3008, whatever. This one's really good. I really, really enjoy this game. But Plants vs. Brain Rot always is going to be out of that. And I think now it's like worse than ever. Like, of course, there was always brain rot games back then in early Roblox, but now it's definitely more and over. Like, if Piggy released today, it definitely would not do as good. And of course, that's also in consideration of like COVID. COVID was definitely a huge reason because so many people were in their houses, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna play Roblox, and Piggy was out that back then and it was really good, and it was like, oh yeah. But now if Piggy released today, especially with all these brain rot, it's like it would fail. It would get like 500, maybe 1,000 players max. Like peak Piggy now would not do good today. It wouldn't. Like peak Piggy back then, no. But like most popular, Steal a Brain Rot, 99 Nights on the Forest, Grow a Garden, Brookhaven, Plants vs. Like most of these games, I'm not having fun. I'm not, like, I don't even like Blocks Fruits, I don't think is fun. Rivals is okay. But it's like most of these are brain rot games. The most popular one is Steal a Brain Rot. Like most of these are probably more popular than Call of Duty. Like that's insane to think about. That is insane. Now, obviously, Call of Duty has definitely fallen off, but like 1 million, you would never see this on Roblox in early days, of course. And, if you told someone, oh yeah, there's going to be like a bunch of games that reach 1 million players to someone back in like 2017, 2016, they would never believe you because like, why? Because, bro, like these games are huge, are madly huge. And like, bro, like Sponge Zombie Wars would probably do better, is doing better than most of these games where people actually put in time and effort, because most of these brain rot games are going to do better because most of Roblox is made by kids. 2, Roblox only promotes, like, doesn't do an amazing job at promoting, bro. Oh my gosh. Promating. Oh my gosh. They're not showing these games, right? They're not promoting these games as like huge games, right? It's because like Collect the Pets and all these games, they're being promoted more than someone who releases a well-made game. Like you're like, sure, you will have rare chances where like, oh yeah, this game came from nothing and oh now it's huge. Like probably Forsaken, for example. Like I no doubt Forsaken is like a huge game because Roblox promoted it. But I think there's also another thing, like most games aren't going to get that lucky. Most games aren't. And I think Roblox does need to work on that, but I also think like from a developer standpoint, why are you going to spend time and effort into making a well-developed game when instead you could spend less time making a brain rot game? Like I'm sure the person who made this could have made an amazing game, but why are they going to make an amazing game when they can clearly get 400,000 players by making a brain rot game? And I think many people are going to miss story games, but it's like you are going to get more popular by making a brain rot game. That is the truth. And I think it's definitely harder for developers to come out here and make games like these, like games like story games, like Piggy, for example, maybe even Jailbreak. Like again, right, most of these games would fail today because brain rot games like this would be more popular, and people don't want to spend their time now making hits, like making really good developed Roblox games, because why would they do that when we can play Plants vs. Brain Rot, which will do 10 times better than that? Like Steal a Brain Rot, if I go in now, like 1 million people, visits are insane, favorites and active users on Steal a Brain Rot, like that's insane to think about. And if I even load up this now, it's like there is going to be people that will always be in this, that will constantly like be on this because it's fun. And once they stop playing, once they're done, there's always going to be more that will get into this. Like, I've never played this game, but it's like, bro, like, this doesn't even look fun. Like, I don't even know what most of these are. Like, what is that? Like, sure, I've heard of Tim Cheese, but just because I've heard it, like, so many times, but it's like, what is that? What is Florifera or Peepee Cooey, whatever, like, what are these? Like, I've heard some of these because people are like, oh yeah, making fun of it. It's like, but like, what are these? Gangster Furita? Burr Patum Pim? And like, the reason, and if you still don't know, like, why are these games so popular, is because kids are like so like popular. Like, kids are so much more online than they used to be. And I definitely think that's like definitely like a parent thing too, is like so many parents let technology raise them. Like, you will have someone instead of like, and I think that's something, the whole reason like why, especially back then, like so many kids, like so many parents were like suing like games and stuff, is because, and YouTube and everything, was not because YouTube was doing terrible stuff. Like, sure, YouTube was like then and there was not doing good stuff, but it was also because parents weren't being parents. Like, parents are supposed to look after the kid, like, oh yeah, hey mom, can I play Roblox? It's like, yeah, sure, let me see what you're playing. And if it's something bad, it's like, okay, yeah, you can't play that anymore. But the thing is, like, parents now aren't going to be doing that. Parents are going to be wanting to let the internet raise them, and then when the children turn out bad or they learn something bad, they are going to blame the social media platform instead of like being like, oh yeah, I should probably should be doing something instead. And I definitely think that's a huge issue, because so many kids now are on the internet that if you look on the internet, most of them are kids. And most of the reason that brain rot is so popular like this is because kids are on it. No, I'm not trying to act all innocent, because definitely back then there was much brain rot. Like, if you are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, when you were a kid, you had brain rot. But I do think it's definitely getting worse and worse, and not funny. Like, you will have brain rot back then that was bad, but it was funny. Now it's just like, what are we doing? Like, what is this? What is orangutan like, I don't even know how to say that. Or ta sure. Also 6'7". What is the meme? 6'7", oh 6'7", 6'7". Like, that's not funny. It's a number. Like, I'm sure, like, if you said some brain rot back then, like, if you say it now, like, sure, you'll get some laughs, but like now, the only people laughing this are kids, are actual children. And I definitely think that is the huge issue, is like, most of the people, again, Roblox is full of children. That's why these games do so good. Why would a child play some story game rather than play this brain rot games? Like, if you, like, let's say you're a teenager or an adult, whatever, and you're like, okay, why are these games so popular? Put yourself in the shoes of a kid. You have steal a brain rot. Like, you're online, you on Roblox, you're like, okay, what's on Roblox? You have steal a brain rot, or you have a well-developed story game that has a cool tone and everything. Which one are you playing? Now, I'm sure most kids are going to choose brain rot, because it's like, oh, haha, funny. Like, that's funny. They're going to go more of a funny than a story, because I'm sure kids were not going to understand a story. If you understand if you're gonna play a story, like, you're gonna be older than just a kid, and that's definitely the issue. And it's like, oh yeah, that's obvious, but it's like, that's the truth. That is the truth. Like, these guys are kids. Like, that's a kid. Like, that's a kid right there. And it's like, bro, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I miss old Roblox. Oh my gosh, it was so much more nostalgic. Oh my gosh, like, the nostalgia's not blinding me. I do miss old Roblox, and I like old Roblox, but Roblox is definitely way better now than it ever was. Roblox is so much better now. Now, depending on what you're talking about, but I think definitely in terms of like creativity and Roblox and everything, it is so much better than anything. Character customization, game development, all these things, they are so much better than it was on old Roblox. Like, that is the truth. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I miss old Roblox because old Roblox was so much better. Like, no, it wasn't. Like, sure, some games were definitely better than now, but Roblox now is way better. I just am talking about that. I think games are not doing as good because why? Because brain rot games like this are doing way popular. Like, story, like I miss story games, like, you know, camping. If you know camping, like you've definitely been around Roblox, like the camping stories and everything, like those were fun. Like, sure, I think they were definitely short and I think sometimes tiring and boring because of repetitiveness, but I like when they first started coming along, they were fun and cool and nice. But now, like, you don't get that anymore. You don't get any more story games or story or things like that where it's like more popular and like they try to innovate more because people are more like these ones, like brain rot games or fish, like Racket Rivals and all of these things you would definitely never see back then because I think so many things were more focused on story or more focused on fun. And yeah, like there was dumb games, but I think it was still like fun. But like, of course, these games I'm sure are fun, but I just, you know, I think there's not as much incentive, not as much cool games as there used to be. I think that is definitely a huge issue. Like, if we go on Twitter here, like, I agree with this. Brain rot games are more fun than most old Roblox games. Old Tycoon and old Obby and Tycoon games are boring. Like, I agree with this. Like specifically the Obby and Tycoon games, because I think that I definitely would agree that Steal a Brain Rot would be funnier. It's better than McDonald's Tycoon or Escape Yada Yada's Obby, like Escape the Bank Obby. Like, yeah, for its time that was fun and interesting, but it was boring, especially like for its time. Like, I think it was the best, but now if you got those games now, they're terrible. It's like old Tycoons, you would wait. I think Tycoons now, they're like, you still do wait, but I do think there's more interactiveness. Because if you go into an old Tycoon, you are just sitting there waiting. You are waiting until you get the money. There could be something that you need for like 500,000. You have to wait like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before you get enough. Like, you can't do anything else. Because if there's something like, oh, you need this to, you know, go more and upgrade and get more money, you have to wait like 10 minutes. Like, okay, like at the start you push a button, okay, and then that's it. That's the only interactive thing, like, right? And there were certain games like the Wizard Simulator where you got like 2 people. And you could do, like, sure, that's a bit different, but most of it was like, okay, at the start you push a button until you get enough money to do an automatic dropper, and then maybe you still press the button. But after you get like a second automated like dropper, that's it. You just wait now. You just wait until you get money and then upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And I do think there's more interactiveness now, but I just wish there were more games that came out that were more popular and more better, and people had more like incentive to make these games as fun as they are. You know, and I think Roblox events, like, I think especially, you know, the one where they did a bunch of cool stuff, you know, I think the Roblox events were like, not the ones that just, oh yeah, you do this quest and then boom, but I think a lot of the Roblox ones that were in a Roblox event, they were fun because you could, like, it showed that Roblox developers aren't, like, most of these big ones aren't lazy, and that they will and can make fun stuff. But I think it's just most of the cause, especially now, is like most people, and especially most of the platform who are kids, aren't going to play that. Like, it's fun, but most of the time you're not going to see that or play it. And I think it's like, bro, like, you're not going to play that. You're not going to see that. Like, there was this cool Halo game I saw. There was a cool Halo game I saw Sketch play. I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And it's like Halo multiplayer. I mean, it looks a little Roblox, but that's cool. But it's like, it barely has anyone playing. Because there's, one, not enough marketing. 2, no one plays that because most of kids now won't know what Halo is. And that's sad. But that's the truth. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to make these games when I can make an easy brain rot game. And I also do wish that brain rot games weren't the sole purpose. But it's like, that's the marketing business. That's the business. That business is business, man. Because you're not going to make, like, sure, you can make other tycoons, but brain rot's always going to beat that. Like, you can have the same concept with like brain rot games, have it completely different than like it's not completely brain rot, but brain rot will still win because it's funner for kids. You'll get more laughs. It's funnier, and I think that's what there's more like is incentive to play those or develop those and everything. I do think that's definitely a thing with Roblox. Now, I think Roblox games are definitely both. I think they're both definitely upgrading, but also not. But also like degrading as well. Like they're doing better, but I wish there was more stuff. I'm trying to find the word for it, but it's like I wish there was more variety. There it is, variety. Than brain rot or than obbies, than tycoons, than shooter games. I wish we had more story games. I wish we had more fun. I wish we had more unique games than the same formula over and over and over again. And that's kind of what I mainly am talking about. I think games update at the same time now. I think games have the same formula now, and I think they changed it up a bit like brain rot games, but overall they have the same formula. Most of the time you're never going to get a different game. And of course, like again, Roblox isn't some like crazy game system. You're not gonna be able to make like the next GTA. Like Rockstar, you're not gonna make a Rockstar level game. Like, that's not what I mean. But I wish there was more variety in terms of more rather than obbies or tycoons or shooters, right? I wish there was a more to that, more unique games, because I think there's so many different unique games players can make and players have made. They're just not as popular because, and again, right, it's not like I'm hating the developers, but like Roblox, the formula and everything, like that's just how it is, that tycoons and obbies and all these things are always going to triumph and beat everything else. And it's like, well, you just got to deal with that. And I think that's just sad. And it's like, I completely agree with this. Like, my greatest grievance is that there's few to no solo or story-based games anymore. Like, it's all about retention, which sometimes the best games you only play once. It's like, yeah. Like, this is literally what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, it's just like this Roblox outtake. Like, I'm just seeing this, like scrolling, seeing like what people are like. I just saw it's like, yeah, like I agree with this. It's definitely about retention, like getting people's attention. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. And I think that's the problem with not just Roblox, but I think every platform like YouTube and everything. Back in the old days of YouTube especially, you could have like a 2-hour gameplay of you just playing, not that edited, like it's cut up and then boom. But now you have to have like 5 booms every second to get someone's attention. Like, you have to get it like overly saturated. You have to have like 5 booms. You have to be overly entertaining. You can't be silent for like 2 seconds. That is just how it is, and that's the game. And I definitely think Roblox is like, that's for everything, and especially Roblox. Like, if you're like main big AAA games, like whatever, but I think games like this, Roblox especially, it's like, yeah, you are going to get games that care more about retention than anything. They want your attention more than anything. There's no cool story games or solo games or anything like that really anymore, because they will always be kicked out. They will always be kicked out of the light because brain rot games like this or tycoons or these obbies will always triumph and beat them. And that is definitely the main issue that I'm trying to talk about here. And it's not like I'm complaining anything, because I think Roblox, again, like I said, Roblox is better than it ever was, but I just wish there was more variety with games rather than the same formulaic games, because like Piggy was a different game back then. Like, sure, it was a granny clone, but it was definitely different than obbies or tycoons. It was a story game that was fun and engaging, but you won't see games like that anymore. You won't. And I think of course, the only reason that Piggy and everything is doing good is because it was already hugely popular back in 2020, and people still recognize it as fun, but you couldn't upload anything like that anymore today. And that is definitely an issue, and I wish, Roblox Roblox devs right here can cook. Yeah, but there's no incentive for them to. There is none, because brain rot games will always triumph. They will win. That's just the truth. Most of these games, and again, right, that's what I'm saying. I think the games that were in the Roblox hunts or whatever, they showed, the Roblox events, they showed you that these developers can cook. They can make amazing freaking games, but there's no incentive to, because brain rot games are always going to beat them. And why would you spend time on that when you can easily build a brain rot game and get hundreds of players? So I think this is definitely an issue, and I hope that Roblox game developers do work more on trying to create more unique and more variety of games than the same formula. But what works, and it's that's not changing because some people decide to upload it, and that's just not going to change for a while. Even if it does change, it is not going to be for a while. It won't be. So I did just want to make this quick video kind of ranting about this, and again, I am not crapping on Roblox. I'm not crapping, I'm not trying to be oh yeah, old Roblox was 10 times better than it is now. Oh my gosh, man, I nostalgia is blinding me and everything. I'm not like that. I'm just saying I wish there was more variety. I think Roblox now is way better than it was compared to 2016. That is just the truth. Now, if you had more fun, I think it's just because you were a kid. You were a kid back then. That's the reason you have fun. And I'm not saying Roblox isn't fun anymore. I just wish there was more variety. Roblox can be fun, and I think there is countless ways, there's proof, there's tons of proof that show that, yeah, Roblox can still be way hugely fun, but Roblox really is more contributing to kids and brain rot and retention and getting your attention in the eye. That is just the truth. And thank you guys for watching me rant about this, and please tell me in the comments what you think, if you agree with this or not, and what you think Roblox can do if you do agree with me. But I just wish there was more variety. I wish there was. But that's about it, guys. Tell me what you think, and I'll see all of you in the next one.